Hello and welcome to my channel and welcome to my first video. Today I'm going to make some onigiri earrings. If you don't know what onigiri is, it's a Japanese rice ball. The ones that I've seen are usually triangular in shape, but they come in different shapes. So it's rice shaped like a triangle with some filling inside, and the fillings can be anything like tuna mayo, salmon, pickled plum, etc. I'm making the earrings today out of perler beads right here. I think they're also called Hama beads, art cal beads, melty beads. I think IKEA also sells their own version and they have their own name for it. If you're looking for these beads, you can use any of those terms to find them. I'm using the 5mm beads today. I'm going to design the pattern of the onigiri using these pegboards, which came with my set of the beads. There's many ways to design a pattern. I'm going to show you the way that I design my pattern. First, let's reference some onigiri pictures or drawings, or you can draw your own. I'm going to Google them and go to image search. Gosh, they all look so tasty. I'm salivating looking at these. Let's do one of these plain ones today. You can download a bead grid pattern and you can print them out and you can lay out your pattern that way. You can also just get a pegboard and start placing your beads on them and just play around with them to see how you like your design. Today I'm going to use an app that makes the process incredibly simple. It's called a bead creator. I use an iPhone and I'm able to download this from the App Store. I'm not affiliated or sponsored by the makers of this app, by the way. I just really enjoy using the app. Here is a screen recording I did of the onigiri pattern I made. I started out by laying the black beads first, which is the seaweed of the onigiri. And then I placed the white bead, which is the rice. I try to lay out the beads in a symmetric fashion so it looks even on both sides. If I make a change to one side, I also do the same to the other side. Now let's use this making the actual beads. Here I've got my square pegboard and I'm gonna use some white beads here. So first I'll lay out the black beads. Now let's go along to the white beads. Just bringing you in a little closer so you can see me placing the beads. Just checking to make sure that it's even on both sides. And that looks like an onigiri. Now I'm going to fuse these together using my Cricut mini press here. I really like using this press for the melty beads, and the reason is because it's really flat. Oop, I turned it on by accident. Let me turn that off. Okay, so this side here is really flat. It rests evenly on top of the beads and it melts everything very seamlessly and easily. I really like that. Also, I feel like it heats up evenly on all sides, and yeah, it's easy to use. Great for the perler beads. So now I'm going to turn it on. I just turn it on to the full high heat. I don't know what the actual instructions are to do the perler beads. I lost them a long time ago. But I think using this at the highest heat has been okay so far. So I'm just gonna set that aside. Do that. Let me just pull back slightly so you can see everything. Okay, perfect. And green means it's ready. So I'm gonna place wax paper on top of my design here, just so my beads don't melt onto my iron or mini press, sorry. I'm gonna place that right there like that. And take my iron and go right on top. And I like to move around just to make sure that one spot is not getting all the heat. And if you can see that, it's already melting. Just gonna keep going. And I think I'm happy with that. I'm gonna let that rest a little bit, just let it cool a little bit. Mix that up. It gets stuck to the wax paper, and that's okay. I usually fold my wax paper in half like this, so I can just go over on top of that, move that aside, and go over the other side of my beads with the press. And same thing, move around. Oh, you can't see that. Moving around. I don't really press it in. I find that just hover or slightly touching the paper and moving around is good enough. And if you can tell, it's already fusing. Let me bring you in closer. And I think I'm happy with that. Gonna take my iron and move it aside and just let this cool. So now it's cool to the touch, so I can just peel off the wax paper on both sides, and there you have it. It's an onigiri. Looks pretty cute. Now I know there are like some holes here and they're not completely melted through, but I kind of like it. I like the imperfections. I think it makes it cute and adorable. Now, in order to make earrings, you need jump rings, and I wanted to use black jump rings, and I couldn't find any. But I found this stuff, this craft wire stems. I think they're used for flowers. I found it on my local dollar store, and I'm gonna try to make jump rings out of these. So I've gotten one of these wires, and I'm gonna use these round nose pliers, I think that's what they're called, and make a jump ring. Just hold it like that. And there. And there's one jump ring. I apologize to any professional jewelry makers out there or people who just know more than me. I'm a novice at this, clearly, but I'm trying. I just really want to make some earrings. I'm learning and trying. They're all different sizes, but that's okay. They'll still work. I think. I hope. Okay. We're also gonna use some of these beads to put in. Now they're not actually the same color. One of them's a little bit lighter, this one, but from far away, they look the same. And that's okay. We're gonna roll with it. So we also need to make connectors to go through these and loop around like that. So let's do that. Okay, we're gonna start over. That's way too ugly. Yeah, we're satisfied with that. Let's do the other one. Whoops. That one flew off somewhere. I have to go and find it. And I found it. that looks weird. It's moving around a bit. So let's see if I can make this circle thing a bit longer, maybe bigger. And not perfect, but I'm okay. I'm satisfied with that. Now, back to the onigiri. Now, this one needs a hole on top. And I don't really have a jewelry drill. There are usually small drills that you can find to pierce through, but I don't really have one. So I'm going to use one of these bigger drills to drill a hole through my onigiri. Just gonna put that in straight, hold this in very carefully. Let's do this side. There's already one of our guide holes there. I'll just do that. And there's our hole. It's perfect. We'll do it through the other side just to get better. And there you go. Now we just have to put our jump rings in. So I realized that these jump rings that I made are a little bit small for this hole right here. There's a bit of thickness to this, so it's just not going through. So I'm going to make a jump ring specifically for this one. Yay! And there you go. It's a jump ring. It worked. I'm just as surprised as you are. Okay, now we can still use our smaller jump rings. We're gonna connect everything though. I also have these earring hooks. They're black, so that's why I needed black jump rings. And let's take one of these. And there you go. That is an earring. Looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna make the other one off camera and I'll be right back. And now we have 2 earrings. I really like how they turned out. I think they're super adorable and cute. And I can't wait to wear them. Looking at all those onigiri pictures earlier made me really crave some, so I'm gonna go get some. And guess what? I'm wearing my onigiri earrings.
I'm gonna get me some onigiri, cause I want some onigiri. Onigiri is so tasty, and it makes me so happy.
So I got my onigiri here. I got tuna mayo and spicy beef.
Let's eat.
So good. Now the spicy beef. Another favorite. I wanted to have onigiris for dinner too, and this time I decided to make them. So here's some pictures that I took of my dinner. I actually deep fried them so they are very crispy on the outside. And that is all I have for you today. Please give me a like if you like my content. It will really help me out. And please consider subscribing to see more. See you next time. Bye!